Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
What's up, everybody? I'm JT Magnum, and welcome to Niner News. You have to excuse my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, have a little bit of a flu and a sinus infection, and so I sound a little bit nasally, and I do apologize. But I wanted to talk about what the Niners have done so far in free agency today. They made some moves. They released Carlos Rogers first and foremost. Thank you, God, because Carlos Rogers really couldn't cover anybody towards the end of the season. To me, he cost us kind of the NFC Championship game with that personal foul, along with the giving up of the touchdown of Curse. Even though he was completely there, I just felt like his coverage skills before that and during the game were just horrible. He just kept letting Baldwin go and Tate run around, and I was getting frustrated with his coverage skills. I thought Parrish Cox did a lot better job in the postseason, and I felt that Parrish Cox should have still started that game. But, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda, and, you know, you never know, but I'm just glad they released him in his high contract, and now they can move on, save $6.5 million, take the hit in 2015 for, I believe it's $1.5 million, and just move on with their life and not have to worry about Carlos Rogers. Now, they tendered DeMarcus Dobbs and Michael Wilhoit, I should say. Those are two decent backup players for the 49ers, and two players that are going to make key contributions on special teams, along with, you know, being able to back up the linebackers and defensive ends in the game. And also, they made a few moves. They lost Dante Whitner. Now, that's a big loss. I really like Dante Whitner a lot. He brings that intimidation factor, the experience. He's a great, solid player for the 49ers. He did get penalized, which was stupid because all of his penalties this year should have been called. Every one of them was voided, or it was rescinded, because he got fined not $1 this year, even though all of his penalties should never have been warranted. But still, the point of the matter is he did get penalized in the games, and it kind of, you know, made some little bit of difference. But really, that doesn't count. It takes away from what a great player he was. And I want to thank Dante Whitner for being such a great player. And it sucks that he's going to Cleveland, but that is his hometown in Ohio, and well, his home state in Ohio. He did play for Ohio State. He likes it over there. So good luck to him in the future. And the 49ers did find a replacement so far. It's Antoine Bethea, and that's a solid replacement. I don't know if you know him, but he did play for the Colts in the Super Bowl season of 2006. And he also he's been a solid player for the Colts all year. Now, he's more of a cover two safety, and the Niners really play a lot of man, so that's interesting to see what happens and see what Ed Donatel does with him. But I believe that he could be a very solid player, better than at least Craig Dahl back there at safety. I mean, I would lose my mind if Craig Dahl was a safety back there. But I believe Eric Wright is the person that you could probably throw at the strong safety position and even move Antoine Bethea to free safety, or vice versa. They're both interchangeable, I think. And we're going to see – you're not going to see a drop-off in the 49ers secondary. I mean, between Dante Whitner and Bethea, they're pretty much almost similar players, but Dante Whitner is probably more of a hard hitter. So I'm interested to see what it's going to be like. The 49ers will probably draft a safety to bring up after Bethea leaves. He's got a 4-year contract for $21 million. Dante Whitner, I believe, signed a 4-year for $28 million. The Niners just couldn't afford that. So we got a bargain. We got a kind of like a bargain player. So I'm happy about that. But the weird signing of the day, I don't know how much I want to call this weird. I would actually call this kind of a steal, given the player and the fact that Jim Harbaugh is such a great quarterbacks coach. But the 49ers picked up Blaine Gabbert for a 6th-round pick and also a conditional draft pick next year. And it's funny because Blaine Gabbert's been such a bust, but he plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Jaguars aren't the greatest of teams. And I'm very interested to see how the Niners use him. I know. And I know that you're thinking he's going to challenge Kaepernick. No, he's not going to challenge Kaepernick. He's going to challenge for a backup spot, and he should win that over Colt McCoy easily. And he should also win it over Michael Bethel Thompson or whatever his name is. But this is a good move for the Niners. Number one, because now Colin Kaepernick can be unleashed. Last year, if you remember, they were scared to use him, scared to run him, scared to make him, let him be himself. Let him, it looked horrible. He just wasn't comfortable in the offense. And and it's hard to let him run because we had no backup quarterback. So this year you're going to see Kaepernick probably run it a lot. Excuse me. He's going to probably run a lot more. He's going to be able to do the things he likes to do, get out of the pocket, run, escape, a little bit more read option, a lot more flexibility for Kaepernick to do things because Gabbert's a pretty good backup to bring in, and with Jim Harbaugh's tutelage, he can be a really good backup quarterback. And so I like this move. He has a little bit of experience on the field. It isn't like he doesn't have any. And, I mean, he was drafted 10th overall in the draft. So, I mean, that's got to amount to something. So the Niners have kind of like a move where they didn't really give up much for him, and they probably got something really good in return. So we'll see how it works out with Gabbert at the helm when he plays in preseason and stuff like that. We'll see how Jim Harbaugh works with him, but I really think it's a great move for the 49ers. So we'll see what happens. I'll bring you more Niner news, free agency stuff as it goes on, and stay tuned. All right, JT Magnum signing out. Peace, y'all.